I had to come 3,000 miles to see a young, honest politician. My office is in Ottawa. I don't run into a lot of them. Anyway, thank you. Thanks, Larry and Bill, for the opportunity to speak here today. I'll be brief. There's one thing I'd like to just touch on before I get on to the training side of this thing. Well, it is training. And it's every time I come here and I see the Trade Winds Success Program that this local is running up on the second floor here, and I see this an opportunity for Aboriginal youth, an untapped resource that you guys have decided you're going to help out those people, and my hat goes off to you. We run a program in Ontario. It's called Hammerheads, very much like this, and it's youth at risk in the Toronto area. Great success. And again, Bill, I applaud you for that program. I know that the federal government pulled their money out of that years ago. And that program looked like it was going to die, and with the efforts of 488 and your provincial government and the other building trades, it's up and running and keep it running. Fantastic facility here. When we opened this one in, what year, Bill? 2009. And you know, there was talk then about a new welding center, because we had the welding center over on the other side, and then you know, we heard a little bit, and then all of a sudden I was there one day and I saw some footings in the ground. And I said, Jesus Christ, they're going to do this. So then they started to build this one, and you know, we were approached by the Canadian Training Fund when we built that one. We supply a lot of the tools and equipment inside there. I just talked to Larry Slaney, my director of training in Canada, and I think that the UA Canadian Training Fund, which is supported by a nickel an hour for every hour worked by every UA person across this country. A nickel an hour for every hour worked in this country goes into a training fund. We have put approximately $4 million into this local within these two facilities. And I just shared something. Usually every time I leave here, I always get a nice little golf shirt from Bill. And then when I get it home and I unfold it, there's a training grant request for about $500,000. I got about $8 million worth of golf shirts in my place. And I don't need 3XL. 2 would be good. You know, this facility is completely run by the local. There's no contractor funding here. There's no provincial funding here that I know of. And that's a tribute to our members. Our members pay it, and they get the training that they have here in front of them today. The future of the UA and the future, not just in Alberta, but the future of the UA in Canada is in our training facilities. That's why we're better than the competition. We do it once, we do it right. We produce the most productive, most professional, and safest workforce in the construction industry by far, without a doubt. I had an interview earlier today, and one of the questions that the interviewer asked me was, well, you know, why the trades? The trades used to be a fallback position. Everybody sent their son or daughter to college, and after they flunked out or got drunk and got kicked out, then they'd say, well, my uncle's a plumber, why don't you go apply there? That's not the case anymore. This is an alternative to college. It's an alternative to university. This is a place to be we're professionals. We've brought the industry from the 50s and the 60s to 215. We're professionals just like all those other people are. It's not a fallback position. It's a very rewarding career. Pay to learn. How good is that? You know, you don't come out of here owing $200,000, or your parents, or you get out of summer and your parents owe $200,000. So I really believe that, and when you look at these facilities, you know, I don't believe that there's a community college. I probably know more community colleges in Ontario because I'm from Ontario. There's no community college in Ontario that has facilities like this to teach our trade. And I doubt there's one in Alberta. I just haven't been to community colleges. But again, in closing, I want to thank Bill. I want to just tip my hat to Bill and his staff for the work they do here. We train our plumbers and our pipe fitters here now, Bill. I don't know all the facts here, so I have to ask a few questions, but I take my hat off to Bill and all of his staff, more staff now, for the welding. Everybody in this industry knows the organization that controls the welders is going to control the work. When this work opens up again, and it hasn't stopped yet for us, we're still fully employed in this local with travel cards in here, and that's one thing I would like to touch on. Ed. I kind of jump around when I do speak to, but there's a lot of people in this country that owe a great debt to this local. This local has paid mortgages and health and welfare benefits and put pensions in people's pockets from Newfoundland, Cape Breton, Ontario, British Columbia for the last 20 years. Guys have been coming out here to make a living, and they appreciate it, and they get treated well every day. They get to use these. My travel card members get to use these training facilities. We've had more travel card members get their steam fitters tickets in Alberta than we have at home. Because while they're up here and they're in camp, they get to take our training here. That's all supplied for free of cost. So those nickels that we were talking about. But again, in closing, Bill, Larry, I take my hat off to you. You said you were going to do it. You did it. The members put the money up, and this is what they get for it. Thank you very much.